Привет, как дела?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yasmin. On this special occasion, I would like to accompany your journey as your tour guide. We will arrive to the hotel in a few minutes. Please sit back and enjoy the view on the left side of the bus as we enter the city. I ask that you remain in your seats until we have come to a completely stop. Welcome to Moscow. Moscow is situated in western Russia, close to the country border with the Ukraine, Belarus, and Estonia. Lying on the Moskva River, its country capital and it's the largest and richest city. Moscow holds a special in the world imaginations, opulent, spectacular, and grandiose. And Moscow has been at the epicenter of some of the history's most pivotal moments. It echoes with stories of triumph, tragedy, and innovation story of legendary stars and literary greats. Political revolutions and the international space race that change in the world forever. Today, Moscow continued to fascinate totally modern and with the European air it has a population more than 11 million people. The world's highest concentrations of billionaires and an attitude befitting one of the world's great cities. There is no better place to hear whispered tales of Moscow past than in a square Moscow very heart. Admire Saint Basil Cathedral, a building so magnificent that according to legend, Ivan the Terrible had the architect's eyes removed so he could never again build anything so beautiful. Here, the Kremlin. As you can see, Kremlin here is another Moscow icon, and it has been home to the city ruling elite for 1,000 years. Visit the Cathedral of Archangel, the Cathedral of Annunciations, and even the Great Bell Tower, all within these red walls. Many of Moscow's most famous stories have been forged in the fires of war. Pays through the gates into Alexander Garden Park. Pays tribute to Moscow's unbreakable spirit. And next it is the home of tomb of the unknown soldier. Nearby, Victory Park is another powerful tribute to those who fell defending the city, including the millions of Soviet soldiers who died in the Second World War. Story here, as the Cold War between the US and Russia intensified, a different battle began, the race for supremacy of the heavens. Again, Moscow was right at the epicenter. Visit the monument to the conqueror of space, a towering memorial that celebrates the aerospace triumphs of the Soviet people. Learn more about the space race and the epic contest between the world's superpowers at the Memorial Museum of Cosmonauts. So immerse yourself in one of the Moscow's proudest stories, that of Yuri Gagarin, who shocked the rest of the world and became a national hero when he became the first ever man in space. In Moscow, artists and literary greats are honored as heroes, just as much as adventure. Visit the Pushkin Museum of Fine Art to see some classic works by Russians and European masters. Next destination is watch a performance of the Bolshoi, one of the oldest and most renowned theaters in this world. Walk the same streets as some of the world's greatest writers, including Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, and Chekhov. There's such a proud literary traditions in the city that many of its beautiful parks are named are influential poets and authors. Time to relax beside the fountain in Pushkin Square or stroll along the boulevards in Gorky Park, Moscow famous Central Park. Take a haunting tour through the fallen monument park when the Soviet Union collapsed, and many of the city's most evocative monuments were pulled for their pedestals and dumped in this statue graveyard. And more recently, modern sculptures and public artworks have been added, making it a fascinating place to explore. And but perhaps the best way to understand how the old and new coexist in Moscow is with the trip underground. Right on the Moscow Metro, more like an art and history museum than one of the most efficient public transport system in Europe with opulent marbles walls, grandiose chandeliers, and heroic artworks. Each of the early stations had its own story to tell of the Russian culture, heroism, and technology. And over here, Moscow had a proud coffee culture, and you could find the city's coffee houses and restaurant remain a place where Muscovites come together to share their own stories over rich traditional foods.
Внимание! Внимание! Говорит и показывает Москва. Работают все центральные каналы телевидения. Смотрите и слушайте Москву.
Furthermore, the longer you spend time in Moscow, the more you realize that Moscow is the one of the splendid city in this world with epic history. Ladies and gentlemen, So thank you for your participation on our marvelous brief tour today. I hope we can meet again next time. Stay healthy and thank you very much.